Arsenal's title charge is getting stronger on a night where they gave 5 big reasons why London is red. Pochettino's mid-table Chelsea was blown away. So from Mikel Arteta's midfield wildcard to Kai Havertz's moments of magic, Arsenal's very own superstar, and a big update regarding the title race. As per, let's break it all down and discuss the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Babs14, welcome back to your boys channel, and how can you not be sensational? Arsenal have just embarrassed their London rivals, asserted themselves as kings of London. So as per, don't forget to smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. But let's start off with Arsenal's superstar. The 2023-24 season has seen many Arsenal stars, cult heroes that have arrived out of nowhere. But there's one player that stands out the brightest, whether it's consistently leading the Arsenal press, being the chief creator of the side, turning up in the Champions League and providing some clutch moments. Arsenal's captain Martin Odegaard is becoming a superstar, as he was named the official player of the match of this game. Wait till you guys see these stats, by the way. Odegaard dropped a 9.9 rating, the highest out of any Arsenal player this season, with 2 assists and a 1.39 expected assist, 84 touches and a whopping 8 key passes, 2 big chances created, and 3 successful dribbles, not to mention 8 ground duels won. When you think about Arsenal's heritage, the likes of Cesc Fabregas, Mesut Ozil, this Odegaard performance inserted himself into that category, playing an outstanding 17 progressive passes in this match, 11 passes into the box. It's the fact that when he plays with confidence, he can be so entertaining. Whenever you speak to any rival fans, Martin Odegaard is the first player they mention. Even though they're rivals, their mouth waters when they watch him play. This game was no different, the prime example being the assist for Havertz in the second half. A pass that cut through £500 million worth of Chelsea players. Odegaard once again popping up on the left hand side, showing he's given freedom, by creating a total of 8 chances from open play. It's the most from any Arsenal player in the Premier League game since Mesut Ozil against Everton in 2017. It's not just a one-off game, by the way. Odegaard has also now created 91 chances in total, the highest figure in the entire league. Second in expected assist, only behind Bukayo Saka. We often talk about the PFA Player of the Year. City have their Haaland, they might have their De Bruyne. At Arsenal, Rice has got a lot of praise, and likewise Bukayo Saka. But I believe Martin Odegaard may have the best shout possible. The amount of masterclasses that he dropped in 2024 is not normal. As Mikel Arteta said, we saw and Edu insisted that he was the player with huge talent that we could develop. He keeps growing. He represents the club in an amazing way. He's so natural. It's on that right hand side that Arsenal's team really comes alive, with Bukayo Saka also getting assists and dropping a 7.9 rating, playing a whopping 5 key passes. He now has 12 goals and 7 assists against the Big Six, only behind Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne for the most of any player since 2019-20. And when you look at the Arsenal passing networks, you'll notice how focused we are on the right hand side, which as you can see caused Chelsea massive issues, dropping Mikel Mudryk almost as a left back. The team is growing in confidence, and one player typifies that best. Arsenal's goal scoring right back Benny Blanco Benjamin White, whose face was in disbelief as he bagged the brace. His numbers were also unbelievable, dropping a 9.7 rating with 2 goals scored. White made 2 tackles, won 4 ground duels and 3 aerial duels. Not to mention 48 accurate passes and 3 key passes. When we're talking about the PFA team of the season, Ben White has to be a part of that. Has there been a more consistent right back in the league, who's now got 8 goal contributions this season, all without even an ounce of rotation? As fans, we must appreciate how Ben White is evolving. Gone from the days of being a decoy player on the right hand side, White is now taking more responsibility, commanding Odegaard and Saka where to be, getting down the right hand side and causing chaos. That has now started 31 league games this season. There's definitely need for Arsenal to give him back up, but let's just say that's not far away, with Yuri and Timber playing 45 minutes for the Arsenal under-23s, and dropping an absolute screamer to announce that he's not far away from returning. Moving on to the second thing, character evolution. In a London derby that had a lot of pressure going into it, with Chelsea having a decent record in the big games, taking points against City and Liverpool. Let's just say against Arsenal, they don't have the best of records, losing 7 of the last 10 now, with 2 draws and only 1 win. By scoring a whopping 5, Arsenal are now the first team of top flight history to win 3 London derby matches by 5+ goals in a single season. But this game was far from easy. As the XG shows, Arsenal had a whopping 3.6, but Chelsea also had 1.6. Not only were Chelsea causing chaos on the counter, there was a clear issue of compactness in the Arsenal team. And as the stats show, Chelsea actually had 55% possession more than Arsenal, and entered the Arsenal final for 43 times. But Arsenal themselves had a 5.5 expected threat created, dominating the field with 62% in total, going in at half-time 1-0 with the game fairly even. A few nerves developing around the Emirates. There was a clear mentality shift in the second half. Not only were Arsenal more clinical, they were also more aggressive. They were trying to dispel a narrative. That being in April, we can't handle the pressure. A month of last year, we only won 1 out of 5 games. This year, we were knocked out of the Champions League. Look at our league form instead. Arsenal have now won 4 out of their 5 April games. The team has learnt from experiences last year. Their heads haven't dropped and they've kept themselves in it. If certain key players are underperforming, other players have stepped up. And the prime example was our 100th goal scorer of the season. We are talking Leandro Trossard, who dropped a 7.8 rating. 1 goal from an XG of only 0.55. That is now 10 league goals for Leandro Trossard this season, all non-penalty, reaching double figures in the Premier League for the first time in his career. 5 goals in his last 8 league starts, and an Arsenal squad full of so many attackers, some that Mikel Arteta doesn't trust. It's not the case with Leandro Trossard, the ultimate 12th man that can always be relied upon. With 10 goals and only 14 league starts this season, he's only joined by Diego Jota on that list. All from an XG of only 6.9, Trossard is Arsenal's most clinical attacker. Moving on to the third thing, midfield game changer. In a game that the midfield was always going to be pivotal, especially with Chelsea's midfield worth over £200 million, Mikel Arteta pulled out his wild card, starting Thomas Partey alongside Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard for the first time since the Community Shield back in August. Let's just say the Octopus was back, dropping a 7.0 rating in total with 38 accurate passes and 2 key passes. Partey was assured defensively, with 1 clearance, 3 interceptions and 1 tackle. But notice how much more fluid Arsenal were. The way we were cutting through Chelsea at ease. Odegaard thriving on one side, Rice growing on the other. As great as Jorginho is, Thomas Partey's pass selection is different. Naturally, he's more of a line breaker. And when you've got the recovery of Odegaard and Rice, Partey provides Arsenal the best possible tempo. That's where you had Declan Rice dropping a 7.8 rating, thriving on the left-hand side high up the pitch, grabbing an assist for the first goal, and winning a total of 6 ground duels. Against the club that he was released at the age of 14, 11 years later he played a massive role, as Arsenal got their biggest ever win against the Blues. In a way, this game was heartbreaking, seeing the way this Arsenal midfield dominated in their first game together since August. As Andy McCoy said, almost £250 million with Enzo and Caicedo, but look at the other two, Rice and Odegaard, it's a mismatch. If rumours are to be believed, and this is Partey's final season at the club, with 4 massive games remaining, with these 3 starting in midfield, Arsenal have what it takes to go unbeaten. With Mikel Arteta saying what he likes about the midfield trio of Rice, Partey and Odegaard, everything. But then you've got to talk about the Arsenal attack. With 5 more goals scored in this game, in 2024 we've now scored a whopping 45 in just 14 league games. And a massive part behind that is Mikel Arteta's £65 million summer signing, who among all the pressure against his former side, made sure he silenced the doubters, as King Kai Havertz dropped an 8.6 rating, with 2 goals from an XG of 1.03, 4 shots on target and 1 big chance missed. Havertz has now made it 12 goals in total for the season, with 17 goals and assists in all competitions. It all makes you start to wonder, with 11 Premier League goals and assists in 2024, a majority coming playing as a striker, seeing the Arsenal team being far more threatening, scoring goal after goal with Havertz up front. What do we actually make of the player? In the first half where he was seen as passive, he was still causing more chaos than any other Arsenal player. Not seen as clinical but still overperforming his XG. As Mikel Arteta says, obviously when you have a 9 who scored 2 goals and the way he scored, his contribution was great, and a question about him scoring against Chelsea, for him I'm sure he's very pleased. He was unbelievable in all departments. Gabriel Jesus is a fantastic player, with Havertz up front. The Arsenal attack looks more balanced, with Havertz saying after the game, important 3 points and performance to continue the momentum. With a big Kai Havertz celebration summing everything up, this guy is now Arsenal through and through. Chelsea is a distant memory. Moving on to the full thing, Raya's record. In a game where Arsenal scored 5 and the attack stole the headlines, going under the radar is the fact that Arsenal kept yet another clean sheet. They're 16th in total over the course of the season. It was David Raya's 14th and on his 28th league appearance, 4 more than the next highest in Jordan Pickford. He's all but mathematically confirmed the Golden Glove. Pickford might have 5 games remaining, but I highly doubt he's going to keep 5 clean sheets. It's kind of insane when you think about it. The fact that Raya missed the opening 4 games of the season, and yet with only 4 games left, he's won his first ever Golden Glove, dropping a 6.8 rating, making only 1 save all game, also completing 12 accurate passes. Clean sheets are always a bit weird because as great as goalkeepers can be, a massive part is the defenders in front of you, with Arsenal having 2 of the very best. On one side you've got Gabriel dropping a 7.2 rating, making a whopping 7 clearances, and on the other you had Saliba dropping a 7.1, completing a whopping 98% of his passes. I did notice a slight drop off though, from seeing Jackson burst past Saliba in the first half, to Gabriel losing his composure in the second. When you look at the amount of minutes they've played all season, Saliba the most in the league with nearly 3,000, Gabriel not far away, as Saliba says I'm a little bit tired, but we have to now play with the heads as well. We have to push in the last 5 games and we will rest after. Of course the schedule is brutal, but this is football and you don't have a choice, you have to play. This is going to be a massive part of Arsenal's summer plans. Signing another top centre-back that's able to deputise. Give Saliba a rest when needed. All eyes are currently in Sporting Lisbon, with the reports growing week after week that Arsenal are set to pursue Ousmane Diomande of Sporting Lisbon. Moving on to the 5th thing, job not finished. On the glorious night at the Emirates Stadium that your boy is lucky to be at, with Arsenal scoring 5 in yet another game, they've now gone 6 games this year, where they have scored 5 or more goals, keeping a clean sheet in every single one. We are only behind Man City's 19-20 team in terms of the most ever in a season. The craziest thing is it could have been 6. Gabriel Martinelli missing a massive chance in the 96th minute. But it was an element of revenge. 10 years after Arsenal beating 6-0 at Stamford Bridge on Arsene Wenger's 1000th game, his former captain made Chelsea pay, sustaining Arsenal as the best side in London, beating West Ham 6-0 early in the season, 17 points clear of our nearest rivals Tottenham. We've also now got a 56+ goal difference, our highest ever in the Premier League era, which is absolutely gargantuan for the title race. Where as things stands, Arsenal are back top of the league, 3 points clear of second place Liverpool and 4 clear of City, the most goals scored in the league with the least goals conceded. Liverpool's next game is massive, a Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, against an Everton side fighting relegation, while City go to the Amex, a ground in which they lost last season. Of course we're going to be watching, but we also need to go to the toilet. This Sunday we've got the North London derby, top 4 versus the title. A game against the so-called Big Six is never easy, but Arsenal are building a habit. With 8 league games against the Big Six this season, so far we remain undefeated. The final stretch of the title race has arrived, and no matter what happens in the next few weeks, seeing these images after the game, an Arsenal couple enjoying the post-match atmosphere, there's no denying Mikel has come a long way in changing the club's feeling. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. A sensational victory, it was gargantuan, a chance to make ourselves the Kings of London, which will only happen if we win on Sunday. Big opportunity there, 4 games left, the title is on the line, and Arsenal are looking serious. My friends, I'll see you next time, take care, and peace.